this video, I want to talk about sleep paralysis. One day I was just laying down and I wasn't really falling asleep, but I went into like this sleep-like state where my body became paralyzed and I could hear and feel everything that was going on around me, but I couldn't move and I couldn't speak. And all I could see was complete darkness. And as I'm laying there in this state, looking into the darkness, this dog just walks out towards me out of the darkness. And eventually it lays down and looks off to the side. And then this old white man in this very jolly voice says, "Leopard dog," just like that. And after that, I snapped out of this state and I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck is a leopard dog? So I look it up on Google and I never remember hearing of a leopard dog or seeing one. And once I look it up, it looks exactly like what I saw when I was in that state, and is what the man called it. That's his name. So I was like, that was kind of strange. And another time, I was laying on a couch and I was falling asleep, and I was in that, then I went into that same state of paralysis, body paralyzed. All you can see is darkness, can't move, can't speak, but you can, feel everything around you. And as I'm laying there, this time, my body starts to just vibrate uncontrollably. And then I hear like this very loud ringing noise. It's almost deafening. And then after that, this thing just starts to growl. And I can't see it because it's completely dark. And it's just getting louder and louder. And then it's getting closer and closer. And it's just growling, and then it starts to talk and growl. Like I talked about this in like one of my other videos. Like the voice of this thing is nothing on earth sounds like it. Like no creature, I can't compare it to anything that like exists on earth that's like known to man. Like this, like the growl is very unique, and it starts to talk in like another language in his growl. Like the growl is his actual voice. And as I'm sitting there listening to it, I started to panic and I started to get very scared, and I started to struggle to get out of this state of paralysis. But the more I struggle and the more I panic and become afraid, the more the situation escalated and the worse the ordeal became. And I really couldn't get out of the situation. Like I couldn't wake up to save my life. And then eventually, like a whole lot of voices started to come in. They were voices of women. They were saying, "Wake up, wake up." They were like, "Hey, over here, wake up." And then eventually, like, it was the voices of two white women that came, and they were like very close. And they said, "Wake up, wake up." And I still didn't wake up. And then after that, it was the voice of a black man that came. It was like a very deep masculine voice, and he said, wake up, over and over again. And eventually I woke up after that, and I snapped out of it. And being in a situation like that, it's very scary, because you feel like you're very vulnerable and defenseless, and like you really can't protect yourself. And it's like a helpless situation to be in. And I've been in situations like that on this side too. Like when I was in high school and shit, it was like this hood across the street from my school, and like they used to just jump old people, kids, like jump them or rob them and shit. Like anybody that go through that area that they ain't really know getting fucked up. Like especially us, cause we wore a uniform and shit, and we went to school right across the street from them. Used to do shit like jump us before and after school, or somebody would come and stare you down, and if you look at them or respond to that, then like they come back with 100 people, and then you getting jumped by like 20 or 30 people. Or they do shit like fucking you just be walking down the street and shit, somebody come and punch you in your face and shit, and then like a whole group of people that come behind that person, they be like, yeah, we strapped up, we'll murder your ass, what's good, do something. or they surround you and shit. Like a whole big group of them will surround you and they try to intimidate you. Like they stare you down, they put some bass in their voice and like yell at you while they talking to you, or make sudden movements to see if you're gonna flinch and shit. And in a situation like that, you gotta remain calm. Look them in their eye when they talk to you. Don't look down. Don't look scared. Keep your composure. You gotta make sure your voice don't crack. You gotta make sure you talk in a confident tone. Don't try to be too friendly and look too nice and shit, or panic and let your fear get the best of you, because you gotta remain calm even though you scared as shit, like in a situation like that, because once you panic or once you let your emotions get the best of you in that situation, they gonna eat you alive on the spot right there. As soon as they see that fear, or as soon as you let your emotions start to take over you.